Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say?
Really? But still,
I'm Joe Peterson's son.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this now.
This part of town does have...
Totally.
Have you heard of a nurse...
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about...
She's a nice girl.
Goodbye.
Take a look. Don't be afraid. Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame some...
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his...
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war?
Violence?
Yeah.
Where did...
In a closed...
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like...
Have you heard of a nurse?
Nurse Crane. So the bitch really is an...
Yes, she's a nurse, and quite a good one. What did she do to gain such notoriety?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Right then. Show me what you had.
I should never have taken that one.
You again?
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I found. And it pays well, too.
A job?
I got enlisted by the...
Most people don't become...
I don't care what you think, sir.
I'm not sure...
Hold you.
Goodbye, Mr.
You again?
Have you heard of a nurse?
Dorothy.
Could you please...
She's in...
Goodbye.
You're late.
Fancy
Where's my
bu-
money?
How is... I see.
It's no secret.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain.
I've known Joe for years.
What can you tell me?
Colossus.
It's never easy to...
We've all had some...
And no one has ever stood up.
Nobody would be...
Goodbye.
Odc.8. Where's my money?
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few...
Sorry, no, sir.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Let your guard down.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
It's locked, all right. So, may I ask...
I'm not bothered.
Do you need any medical help, young man?
Yes, I do.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure melancholia.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just... My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my father's decision. And look around.
I'm sure your father did.
That's exactly what my father says.
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father?
I don't go outside. It terrifies me.
So that's why you stay at home all day?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to...
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming.
But you are...
Am I not?
Have you tried speak?
I don't go out often, but...
Would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
I can't say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities, but I'm not sure it would be enough.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reed. Or it's this life. It's like I can't find my place.
Goodbye, young.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias...
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have...
A scientist? You are much more...
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition. What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences.
Quite a judgmental...
But you are seeking on...
Well, I suppose I can spare...
As a doctor, you must be aware...
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own...
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Science and pro...
See, Doctor?
What do you quite...
But you...
Well,
At
what...
the beast...
Really?
We
What...
cleanse...
What...
But you...
Well,
At
what...
the beast...
I have... Good evening.
It's
Have you any friends?
No.
Where did you... Where... You sent it...
As a...
Have you any...
No.
I have had... Good evening.
It's
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the...
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses.
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before...
I have heard...
You look so pale, my lord. Would you like me to revive you? Don't be shy, handsome.
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor.
All right then, but be quick.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about...
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I'd...
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly, but it is not your concern, Doctor.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital?
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me.
You seem to respect her. Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can. Good evening.
Shane,
Do you need any...
it...
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion.
Goodbye.
You still want more from Christina?
When we spent the night together, my wallet went missing.
Are you calling me a thief? I don't have your stupid wallet.
I know you. You're a nice girl. Can't we solve this amicably?
No, I don't think so. And if you think you know me just because we shared the bed together, you're just a lousy and arrogant journalist.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of...
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon.
do you need a...
That would be nice of you, Doctor.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden...
Thank you, sir.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
I served in France. Our top priority must be to put an end to this butchery. This war.
Sir, streets are a battlefield too. An invisible and untold war.
Have you any idea?
I've had to run and hide more than one.
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really?
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues...
That's quite honorable.
Not at all, sir.
So you risk your life to...
Whitechapel is the crucible of...
What?
Is...
I said...
Sir,
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand.
Do you think things will ever change?
I believe the situation can...
Tell me, Clayton, do you really think this young woman stole your wallet?
Christina. Yes. I recently met her. A nice girl.
How exact?
During my...
And
the next...
if you are...
I can't read.
Was it wise to become so intimate with a woman you were supposed to interview, Clayton? You're right. I know little.
She's very...
What was it? Why are you so...
We could make...
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Good evening, Christian. Did you steal Clayton Darby's wallet? Tell me the truth.
Of course I stole it. But I never thought he would come back to look for it.
Why did you do it?
For a time
I care nothing.
believe what you...
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe...
I believe...
Are you talking from...
I've seen your type.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about...
Goodbye.
History seems to get uglier every year.
Good evening.
If you're here for
I'm not...
doc,
Do you require assistance?
not me, but
Since I took an oath to help people,
well, seen better days, that's for sure.
infecting you is probably the last thing on these people.
What? You give me this?
It's unusual to see someone so happy around here, especially considering the current situation. That's an unusual...
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's.
What is your business exactly?
I offer fair lodgings for a month.
I see. And
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
I don't approve of your actions, but I know very little about this borough, other than its reputation. There are... What help could I...
That's simple.
Mr. Bates,
I understand, Dr. Reed, you're from...
I've no interest in money. Perhaps one night I will visit you.
So it's a no, then. That's too bad. The Reed tonic.
Tell me, what's your...
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This...
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
I'm looking for Dorothy...
Dorothy Crane. bless her soul.
Tell me truthfully, why are you so thankful?
By keeping my tenants alive, she's making me a rich man. Every month they live, it's more coin in my pocket.
Has she treated you?
No. When I need a checkup, I'd go to a bloody doctor, not some back alley clinic full of sick foreigners.
You seem to have recovered well since your attack.
Not much.
You'd better not come back. I want to know everything about the recent violence, Cadogan.
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to...
I don't believe even you...
Glad to hear. Nice to know there's another...
A też ma fulla w sumie, więc mogę go zahipnotyzować na 1000 punktów, nie? Full to full. I odzyskuje zdrowie, nie da się mieć więcej niż 1000. O, to co, lecimy.
Was I that evil to deserve such punishment? My only regret is that no one will mourn me, for I have never been loved. What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says...
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to...
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. I must insist...
I have no... A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned. I cannot enter.
pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I'd prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
Soon the time will come when you will all be judged for your sins. Even now, he judges your words and actions.
Burn it, boys! Oh, Christ! Want some of that? Eat this! I'll kill it! Die, bitch!
Unable to see the true horror around you.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs.
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby.
I don't know much about...
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that...
Where can I find...
He spends most of his...
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to...
Really?
He went to the nearest mail...
Goodbye, Mr.
Co, lecimy, no, daliśmy zadanie, mamy tam znaleźć dwie rzeczy, ja myślę, dotrzeć tam, gdzie ja chcę.